I'm excited about what we get to talk about this week. We're going to talk about remembering the individual. The individual, looking at that individual as a person rather than an object. Removing our ego. What are some principles and techniques we can apply today to begin getting results with the people that we interact with all throughout our week? Man, I'm excited. All right, so this week we decided we're going to talk about remembering the individual. There are 3 simple ideas I want to share with you this week that I think if you could begin applying them today, you could begin with simply anybody you interact with at the grocery store, at the supermarket, at the mall, or in your business, in your job, whatever it may be. There are 3 simple principles we can talk about today to remember the individual. Number 1, I believe we could simply share a compliment. We could share a compliment with an individual. When we see an individual, something somebody has about that person is positive, and we can compliment them on that. You see, because a lot of us are in our journey on personal development or professional development. We're all at different stages. Why don't we go ahead and compliment that person for the results you are seeing in their life? Because a lot of times, even on my journey, I don't see the results directly myself. I see them indirectly sometimes, but what if somebody were to come to you and say, hey, I think you're really doing a great job as a leader, or man, how you just handled that conversation or that conflict at your job, that was a great way to handle it. Well, what that does for you is it simply helps you a lot, but what it does when you share the compliment is it's you removing your ego and humbling yourself and realizing that you are not the most important person in the universe. Don't you hate it when you see somebody like that? They think they're the most important person since sliced bread. Man, they're so hard to work with and so hard to deal with. But we know that we don't want you to be that way, and I don't want to be that way. So what if I were to take a compliment that somebody may have given me a week ago and pass it on to somebody else, give it to somebody else, and share a compliment with somebody else? So we talked about principle number 1, simply sharing a compliment. Make it a principle. Don't just make it a rule. Make it a principle, a key principle in your life. Share a compliment with somebody else. Number 2, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages. Simply consider the 5 love languages. When you interact with people on a daily basis, which of the 5 love languages are they expressing to you? Which of the 5 love languages do you express to them? Do you express physical touch, acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, or receiving gifts? Which of those can you give to somebody else? Because it really does matter. Because, man, we're professionals though. We don't want to go around loving everybody. We don't want to go around acting like we care about people. Why not? Why not take some opportunity to go ahead and share a compliment? Key number 1 is sharing a compliment. Number 2, we talked about the 5 love languages. You know, it's really important to make sure when we're building rapport with other people, do we want to go around just building cheap rapport and asking everybody how the weather is today? Or do we want to go around and build genuine rapport with other people when we interact with them? Well, that's where the 5 love languages can play a key role. Number 3, we're going to talk about, from this book right here, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a classic book. It is an absolute, this book right here is a classic book that we can talk about by Dale Carnegie. He says a key principle in this book is to look at everybody around you, no matter who they are or where they are. Look at them as though they're wearing a sign around their chest that says, "Make me feel special." Look at them that way. Learn to look at people differently. Learn to look at individuals as though they are wearing a sign around their chest that simply says, "Make me feel special." Because you know what will change is your mindset on how you treat other people. You know, we can walk around looking at people as, we're in sales, we have businesses. We can walk around looking at people as though they have dollar signs above their head. We can go around saying, how much money can I make off that guy? Or how much is that guy going to pay me for my service that I'm providing? Or we can choose instead to look at people as though they have a sign around their chest that simply says, "Make me feel special." Because you know what? People love to feel special. They're individuals. They're not a group. They're an individual. They're a person that matters, that was put on this earth for a specific purpose and a cause in their life that they are pursuing. Why not compliment them for it? Why not show them one of the 5 love languages? Why not go ahead and look at them differently as though they're wearing a sign around their chest that says, "Make me feel special"? I believe with all my heart that if you simply apply the principles, you simply begin, better information compounded over time produces the results that you want in your life. I use the Total Personal Development platform with Rascal Radio. Rascal Radio is a fantastic leadership platform packed full with information. I use audiobooks. I use the leadership platform, Total Personal Development platform, these different concepts. I subscribe to it myself for 4 years now. I've been using this platform, and it is the most direct method that I have found with sales training in there, all these different methods that we can use and techniques and principles to apply in our lives that have produced genuine results in my life in many different areas. I want you to make sure you take a chance to subscribe to my channel today. Every single week, we are going to begin sharing key principles, because it's maybe not be the biggest one big decision you have to make. It might just be one tiny key that makes the difference in your life as an individual. Key principles. The Key Leadership Incorporated is interested in helping you as an individual.